Your nervous system is the portal to miracles. And we need to get your nervous system on your side because right now it is working against you. Your body is silently rejecting the wealth, the money that you have been desiring. And not only rejecting, I would go further and say your body hates money. And your body hates money because your nervous system is dysregulated. This is why I want to share with you how to heal your nervous system for wealth and money to quantum leap your life. Because the truth being told, being highly intelligent, wise, talented, not being able to create the higher level of income, wealth, and success that you have been desiring, there's a deeper reason why. And I want to go deeper into the why so that I can share with you how to shift it and how to quantum leap those beliefs and those tools that your nervous system need in order to open its capacity for wealth and abundance. So in order to go deeper, I want you to imagine there's a little girl who has to work very hard for love. She has to be perfect. She has to not make any mistakes. And she has to perform to make sure that she is enough in order to get love. And this girl has been doing that all her life. She's kind, she's empathic, she's compassionate, and she has been doing that to make sure that everyone is okay with her. No one is upset, no one is offended, no one is finding any mistake in her. And every time somebody says that this is wrong with you, she tries her best to make sure she is so perfect that she never makes mistake. And so she becomes highly critical of herself. She becomes highly judgmental of herself because she has to make sure she has to be that perfect girl, the nicest girl who everyone loves. And she does that all her life. She grows up. And when she grows up, she finds herself in the same state of being that she has to keep working for love. Not only that, she needs to set extraordinary goals in order to be worthy for love. So she decides to be highly ambitious. She decides to go for jobs, go for work or business that makes her overcome all the challenges because she needs to be strong. She needs to be resilient. She needs to overcome all the challenges. And she wants to be an author. She wants to be a speaker. She wants to be wealthy and she wants to have freedom. She wants to travel the world. She wants to be everything. And that's when she would allow herself to be loved. So that is the pattern that she's running. But she feels the more she will achieve, the more worthy of love she will become. So, what is she doing to her nervous system? What is she doing to her body? Because she's not focused on her body, she's focused on being worthy of love. Therefore, she has to have extraordinary goal. She has to be an extraordinary woman. So she goes into this quest not feeling loved, not feeling worthy. Would she achieve that success? Would she achieve that level of wealth? She wouldn't, because deep down, there is a pattern that is operating that I will never be enough. Doesn't matter what I do, I will never be worthy, because that's what she learned growing up. I am using women as example. You can put a man in that. Doesn't matter. The same principle. The underlying pattern will not allow her to achieve her biggest goal because the underlying pattern says doesn't matter what you do, you will never be enough. So subconsciously, she will sabotage all her goals to keep herself feeling not worthy, not enough. And that keeps her in dysregulation. That keeps her feeling unworthy. That keeps her feeling not enough. So imagine somebody who is so dysregulated as a child in their nervous system. Suddenly they even burden themselves with the highest goals. What are they doing? So something that is already dysregulated, that is being stretched even further. A nervous system that is operating in fight, flight, and freeze now being stretched even further. Do you think it will be stretched? No, it will not. It will shut down. It will create burnout. It will make that person sick. So this girl keeps burning out, keep getting sick. She keeps trying hard. She keeps getting sick. Her health deteriorates. So her vision and goal of becoming successful goes out of the window because her health is now not great. So she is constantly trying to fix her health on a surface whilst still trying to go for that big goal, that big vision. What would happen? Her nervous system will keep getting into the freeze because ultimately, initially it fights or goes into flight. But ultimately, if we keep stretching our nervous system, it gets into freeze. And that's where people start feeling paralyzed. They cannot move, even though they know what they need to do, but they cannot move. They know they have the strategy. They have a plan, but they cannot move because their nervous system is shut down. It is in freeze. It will not let them achieve what they desire. So this girl keep running in this loop and the pattern and always feeling not enough, not worthy, failing miserably and feeling more unworthy, thinking there's something broken in her mind, or she's not intelligent enough, or there's something wrong, she's unlucky. But it's none of that. It's her nervous system is in shutdown and it would not allow it. So this is what is happening with a lot of ambitious, empathic, compassionate, spiritually aware individuals. They are shutting themselves down and then doubting themselves, doubting their abilities, doubting their luck. It's not their luck, it is their nervous system that is operating in so much dysregulation because it operated in so much trauma and pain of not feeling worthy, not feeling loved. And that nervous system needs to feel safe in order to expand. In order to expand its capacity, it needs to feel safe. So, in order to create that safety in the nervous system, we must release the deeper core wounds. And I'll share with you some of the practices that will help you to really expand your nervous system. But ultimately, the deeper work needs to happen in order to release the core wound that is creating that loop and that pattern of not enough, not worthy. Because it's not the knowledge gap, it is the dysregulation of the nervous system. Somebody can be highly knowledgeable, they can be aware of emotional ability and psychology and neuroscience and manifestation and spirituality. They can be very aware, very conscious. So they can be and that's another deeper level. So this woman, if she is very intelligent and she learns everything, she tries to figure everything out on her own, she gains a lot of knowledge, but the nervous system is still dysregulated. The knowledge hasn't been embodied, hasn't synced in because the nervous system is dysregulated. It will not take in. You can do all the work, mindset work, your nervous system will not take any of it because the nervous system just wants to feel loved and safe. It just wants to feel safe. It wants to feel safe to be loved. It wants to feel safe to be worthy. It wants to feel safe to be seen, to be heard. It just wants to feel safe. That's all. That's the desire of the nervous system. It is not the desire of nervous system to have millions of dollars or have divine soulmate or have villa or a car or freedom. That's not your nervous system desire. It just wants to feel safe. When it feels safe, it opens. It opens a capacity, it expands to allow more. That's why your body hates money because how your nervous system feels every time you go for that bigger income goal, every time you set that bar high, every time you pay your bills, your nervous system gets dysregulated. The anxiety, the fear, the scarcity, that dysregulates your nervous system. This is why your body hates it. Money does not feel good, even though for the short period of time when you receive it, it feels good, but it again gets into the anxiety. Because why? Because your nervous system is trained in dysregulation. So it keeps getting into the dysregulation. Even if you have money, you feel good, you receive your pay, or you receive that client who paid you money, you feel good for a moment. But after probably an hour, 2 hours, or a day, you again feel anxious. Why? Because your nervous system is dysregulated. The answer isn't to keep making a lot of money to keep your nervous system safe, but actually answer is to create safety. So it opens up to have overflow of abundance, overflow of money, so that you don't have an income ceiling. There is no ceiling. You move into that capacity that there are no ceiling. There's infinite possibility of receiving abundance in all ways, always, right? That's what we want to get into. And this is why your body needs to feel that love for money, not hate for money. When money you receive or money you spend, you are still in expansion. You're still in love. So think about when you spend money, do you feel anxious? Do you feel fear? Because the way you feel spending money, that's exactly how you feel receiving money. Because your nervous system, your body, your energy of money, you're creating that association. Spending or receiving, the body doesn't know. Body doesn't know the difference. Your mind says, I'm spending money, so you get anxious. But even when you receive money, after a while, you again get anxious thinking about when I'm going to get next time, when I'm going to have more money. So that anxiety, that relationship is there. So you have to train your body to feel good regardless, whether spending, whether receiving. The more you train your body in when you spend money, you still feel that ease and peace and love and expansion. That's how you train your body to remain in expansion. When your body is feeling safer spending money, letting go of money, feel safer. These are the things you have to do. But I'll share with you the tools, the things that really shift your nervous system to move in expansion, to open your wealth capacity, to allow money and income to flow through easily and effortlessly, to find that safety within. Few things do you have to do. The number one thing you have to do is the breath work. Breath work is so powerful in regulating your nervous system, resetting your nervous system, and allowing that nervous system to open its capacity. Breath work works. And I want you to start doing the breath work, really sitting with yourself and doing that breath work. The second thing you have to do is to release the core wound. Breath work itself isn't enough. You have to release the core wound that keeps you unworthy, that makes you feel not enough for love, for wealth. Because love and wealth operate on the same frequency. So if you don't feel loved, you will block money. Naturally, because they operate on the same frequency. So this is why the deeper core wounds needs to be released for love, for money, for wealth, in order to open your body energetically, emotionally, cellularly for money, for love, for wealth. So that is the work that needs to happen. That's the work that I do with my clients, where we do the deeper work to make that permanent shift, to move and collapse time, to quantum leap their life in wealth, in love, in abundance. We do that work in order to open that capacity. So you must make sure that you do that deep, deep work to release. I always say, don't focus on the branches, focus on the root of the issue. And my work is all about the root. To do that inner child healing, to release the core wounding, to create that quantum leap in your life. So that's the second thing. The third thing is movement. And not any type of movement. I want you to go for walks that are silent walks. Silent walks are the walks that you don't have anything with you. So no phone, no music, nothing. just being with yourself. Because the more we distract ourselves with different things, that we need music, then we need to watch a podcast, we need to do this, we need to do that, that's too overwhelming for the nervous system. It cannot be regulated with so many things going on. You need that disconnection from the world in order to connect to yourself. So going for walks without anything, just go for a walk, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, doesn't matter. Just go for that walk where you are just with yourself. Would you believe so many people, and maybe you are one of them, who do not give themselves time with themselves? That's why they're so disconnected with themselves. And that's why all the issues with their health, with their success comes through, because they are disconnected with themselves. So that silent walks are magical, miraculous for your nervous system. Do them. Go without podcast. Go without putting anything in your ear. We are always trying to block ourselves. We don't need to block ourselves. People get into the zone, constantly in the zone. We have to be only in the zone when we may be doing something productive work. But otherwise, we must be in expansion, in an expanded state where we are connecting with ourselves, we are connecting with nature, right? And the final thing, the fourth thing that I would highly, highly recommend, that you probably never heard before, but I call it, this is something I really recommend, is higher self-exposure. What does that mean? So you have been used to living in a certain way, and you have a desire and a vision to be somebody else, to have that shift in the identity where you are healthy, where you are happy, where you are at peace, where you have freedom, where you have income, where you have floodgates of abundance, and you have love, right? That is the desire, any of those things that you may desire. What I want you to do, I want you to start stepping into that version of you. How would you do that? So let's say your desire is to be wealthy, to be connected with people, affluent people, and live in luxury and have that feeling of luxury, feeling that worthiness. I want you to start going to places that are luxurious, going to shops that are luxurious, going to hotels that are luxurious. You start moving into those spaces. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You just sit in that environment. Really allow your nervous system to get used to that environment, because that higher self-exposure, your nervous system will start getting used to that. It will start regulating in those environments. And that is so, so powerful. So many people have such big desires, but they never allow themselves to get there, because they say to themselves, once I have that level of income or that level of wealth, then I will allow myself. But you don't need that. You can go there now. You can go to those places now. You don't need that higher level of wealth, because again, that pattern of I'm not worthy to go there, I'm not enough to go there, they block themselves. So start going there. Your nervous system will start getting used to those environments and really finding that peace. Do your work in luxury places. Take your laptop and do the work in luxury hotels. Order a coffee in a luxury place, right? And let your nervous system get used to it. Really simmer into that environment to really feel safe in that, because safety will create the quantum leap. The income, the wealth, the abundance, the safety will. Pushing harder, trying harder will not. The safety will. So creating that safety in order to expand yourself to create more wealth, more abundance. And if you want to go deeper into this work, to shift your wealth identity, to move into the embodiment of your highest version that commands wealth, success, create the vessel for millions, then you can click the link below to apply for my mentoring, where we do the deep core work to release everything that is in the way, so that you get on the way to move in that identity that has it all. And if you're ready for that quantum leap, click the link below to apply for my mentoring. Other than that, like this video if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And may the light in me reaches the light in you.